Hello, thanks for coming today. I'll talk again a little bit about video cables. Mostly to do with the Commodore 64, but a lot of this applies to the VIC-20, Plus 4, Commodore 16, the 128. They're all very similar. The very first Commodore 64 had a 5-pin video output. And after that, pretty much, and the VIC-20. After that, most of them that I know of had 8. And this was a round DIN plug. Ta-da! Now I had a fellow who was writing to me. He was trying to connect to a monitor. He'd been, I guess, hooked up to another monitor or a flat screen. And then, you know, the colors on the cable somehow didn't match up whatever was on the monitor. And I'm pretty sure that he was doing all kinds of things to try and determine what was what and who was where and all of that. And really, if you have a Commodore cable, which I believe this is one, this would have probably come with a later 64C where they had converted everything to beige, because this is beige. It has 8 pins, and it has 3 wires. And, like if I'm looking right now, you can't see it, but I'm looking over here, there's a 1702 over there. The video is yellow. The audio is white on the front. So if you were to have a 64 or a 128, and remember, of course, 8 pins goes into 5. Sorry, 5 pins goes into 8. 8 pin does not go into 5. But say you had a 64 with an 8-pin video connector, and you had a Commodore cable, and you had a 1702, just to check it, to make sure that everything is dandy. If you do these things, the white and the white, and the yellow and the yellow on the front of the thing, in front of the monitor, and you make sure that the switch in the back says front rather than back, you should get a picture. Now, in the back of the monitor, there are 3 connectors, because of course on the 64 they have 2 video signals, chroma and luma. On the front, there's only one, the yellow one. On the back, there's the red, the yellow, and the white. The white is still audio. It is, and actually, from what I found, the white on the audio isn't really switched. It's, I think, a common thing that if somehow or another you just wanted to use such a monitor to test the sound on something, it doesn't matter which position the switch is in. But anyway, that's kind of irrelevant. But anyway, with the Commodore cable, the colors should match, and it should be tickety-boo. But if you don't have a Commodore cable, and there were lots of other cables out there, because there were other things that used these same kind of connectors and would have output cables. The ones I think of mostly were 5-pin, and they had 4 cables. And I think it was yellow, black, white, red. And off the top of my head, I don't remember what they do. I don't remember which is what. But what I do know is I have never, ever, ever had anything go bad because I plugged an audio into a video or a video into an audio. So if you have a flat screen and it has inputs in the back for audio and video that use the RCA, in other words, composite inputs, and you have a 64 or whatever machine it is you know of that you want to use that is working on a other monitor, do not be afraid of plugging in the video cable, getting into a position on the monitor where you can plug things in and test them and have a look. And one thing I know for sure, if I put a video and an audio and I have the sound turned up, I'll hear a funny buzz. But that's all I do. You plug it in, you hear the wrong thing, oh, no, not that one. And you pull it out. And what I have done with a lot of cables, which I don't happen to have right handy here, but I know I've done it many, many times, is I will take a black Sharpie and I will mark on the cable a letter that will tell me For example, C, chroma, L, luma, and A, audio is what I do, and this helps. But really, if you've got a monitor such as, or a TV that has RCA inputs, and a lot of them did, because DVD players and Blu-ray players and heavens, even VCRs use that same way. As long as you got the inputs, you don't need any fancy converters to S-video and other such things. Just don't be afraid to experiment and see what happens. Because if it's working on your other monitor, and assuming your TV or whatever is in fact functioning, you should be able to experiment and plug in. So, but I mean, if you do have an original Commodore cable and you're trying to hook up to this other monitor, white is audio, white is audio, white is audio. Every monitor I seem to remember ever the Commodore put out, excuse me, white is audio. So don't put the white in the video. I feel a little cough coming. Anyway, don't be afraid to experiment. It doesn't take, there's not that many plugs. It shouldn't take that long. If you've got like a big, crazy monster TV that you really can't get at the front and get at the back at the same time, and you know you gotta crawl on the floor and dig around. Oh dear, it's Penny. Hello, Penny. Get somebody to sit in front of the TV and be ready to press whatever buttons on the TV that might have to be pressed. Hello, Penny. To access whichever video input. Because I think I remember, oh, I know I remember, I told you the story of the Wii and how I had it all hooked up. I had it fine. Everything was dandy. In one, it was the video 1 input on this big TV. And then when I went to do it all again and make it all happy because I wanted to run the cables better and figure out it wouldn't work. But yet then I hooked the whole thing up to a 1702 and it worked. So I had the signals. I was just baffled. And I still don't know why the channel number 1 on the input on that big TV just stopped working. I don't know. Penny. Excuse me. Seem to have a wee bit of a cough still after this week of boosters. I've actually had a few times where I had, I would say, a bit of a coughing fit. Like I just had this tickle. Oh, my throat's not sore. Just a little tickle. Usually after I eat something. Very strange. Anyway, back to this. Don't be afraid to experiment. If you run into trouble... Oh, Penny is here. If you run into trouble... Hello, Penny. Come here. Come here, madam. Oh, madam. There you go. If you run into trouble, send me a message. Send me a video of what you're doing. Once again, stranger things have happened. Because, you know, here I am hooking up the Wii that I know works. I know it works. Because I hooked it up to 1702. And for some reason... Hi, Penny. The one channel. I think I tried it in the second one, it wouldn't work. And then I tried it in the third, it did. So I left it in the third. And I don't worry about why the other two don't work. I just know the Wii is working. Hi, Penny. Penny, why are you smacking with your tail? Penny. Hello. Yes. This table is looking a lot more tidy than normal. It is. How are you doing? Now don't tell Penny this. Penny, don't listen. Don't listen, Penny. But later today, I might try and give Penny a bath. But we'll see. What are you doing, Penny? That's not really a good way to get down. It's not a good way to get down. It really isn't. Hi, how you doing? How you doing? Anyway, as I say, if you have troubles, don't hesitate to write to me. I've been starting to put my contact information more that I remember in the description of my videos. But even if you write just through YouTube, I check regularly and I look back because, once again, YouTube will tell me when I have a new comment on a video that hasn't had any comments. But it doesn't tell me. If you ask a question and I answer it and then you write back, it doesn't tell me that. So I have to, anyway, I do go looking, but I might miss. What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't be doing that. No, 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 no. No, 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 Miss Curious Cat. Hello. Anyway, so email me. If you like, right on YouTube, I'll put up, I'm trying to remember to include my big stretch, my Facebook account. Anyway, I am accessible. But above all, don't be afraid. Now, having said that, if you do plug a video signal into an audio and you hear, a funny sound, don't leave it there for 3 days. Just say, oh, no, that's not Penny. What are you doing? Penny, what are you doing? Penny. The Curious Cat. Are you going to jump down? Are you going to jump in the drawer? I have no clue. Penny. Penny. Oh, Penny. I don't know what is there. Anyway, so yes. When it comes to video signals and monitors, be brave. Like Penny, who seems to have no fear. I have no idea where she's going. Or why. Yes. Penny, why don't you come back up here? Yes? Penny, why don't you put it in gear? Put it in reverse. Come here. Penny, 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 Penny. I will investigate the fate of the lava lamp. Thanks for coming.